Hello, I just wanted to give a word of instruction on our reading from the book of Job. This is going to be a difficult book because it's ancient Hebrew poetry. And when's the last time you read, 50 pages of poetry? But if you understand kind of what's going on, I think it can be still a very helpful book that you can read slowly and find lots of benefit. Remember that the book began with an introductory story, a narrative of what happened to Job. That Job was a good and upright, righteous man who even made sacrifices for his children if they had sinned when they were out partying. And then later on in the book, we hear about Satan, or this accuser who comes before God and says the only reason why Job is so faithful and so righteous is because he's so blessed, because everything in the outside around him is going rightly. And so the Lord allows this Satan to take things away from Job. And so he takes away his physical blessings, his all the any kind of money that he has. Even he loses all of his children. And then finally he loses his health. And then in his desperate, sad state, 3 of his friends come and visit him. And this rest of the book is kind of almost portrayed as a drama, or maybe something you would go to like an on-stage play, where one of Job's friends comes out and talks to Job and accuses him and says, Job, you're suffering because you did something wrong. And Job responds, I didn't do anything wrong necessarily to deserve this. This is not like bad karma that I did something and so I deserve to be punished for hurting my children or being unjust in my business. And so he defends himself, then he walks off the stage. Then another friend walks on the stage and accuses Job, and Job responds. And then he walks off the stage, and it goes back and forth like this, that these 3 friends come in these circular scenes where they'll say something and then Job will respond. What I think you should pay attention to is how the friends say some things that are true, that God does punish the guilty, that God is just, but it's just too simplistic. And Job says, but I haven't done anything wrong, and he tries to defend himself, and he's just overcome with anguish. And I think what God is trying to teach us through this book is that we can trust God, that we can continue to find internal peace and trust, knowing that God is in control even when exterior things are not going the way we planned, and that our joy and hope comes from knowing that our Redeemer lives. And it can be a hugely impactful book when you're wondering, where can I go to meet with God? Why doesn't God answer my questions? Why doesn't God tell me why this disease happened in my family? Everything seems so random, so arbitrary, so pointless. Either there is no God, or if there is a God, he doesn't really care, or even worse, he's evil. And the book of Job is calling us to have an internal trust no matter what our exterior circumstances. So try to read through this poetry. Make sure you're reading through the Psalms. That will help you maybe be more clear and devotional, even through some of this more difficult poetry. And I hope that you allow this book to help you in your own suffering of pain and the arbitrariness of what it seems to be like living in this world. And then find that hope, that internal hope to trust in God no matter what your external circumstances are. Hope that helps. Send me an email, drop me a phone call if you want to know more about Job, or if you need more encouragement as you're reading through this. All right, thanks. See you soon.